So it's a Friday night and you're about to go out, but you need to shower first. Along with everybody else, a nice clean shower is only a couple steps away. But there are some who don't have this luxury. Due to sanitation issues, a shower with clean water might not be available. Sanitation is only getting worse, and it must be taken care of as soon as possible. So throughout this speech, I'll cover 3 points. First point being pollution, unsafe water, and health risks. The reason I'm discussing these 3 points is because bad sanitation practices can lead to these 3 things and ultimately keep making them get worse and worse. So to begin with, I'll discuss how bad sanitation can lead to pollution. So now my first point being pollution. So pollution occurs all over the globe, and it's a complete separate problem at hand. Now, although people pollute the earth, most don't know that it's really bad sanitary habits that make up around 35% of the pollution on the globe. One major example of this being littering. When someone litters, it could really take a toll on the environment, and it's overall being polluted. So littering is a bad sanitation practice. People throwing wrappers out the window, bottles, etc. And this can overall pollutes the earth and causes, major issues such as affects wildlife, affects the atmosphere, affects the air we breathe. That's not good. Air is becoming polluted. It all stacks up on each other. And one major toll littering can take on the environment is that it can get into the water system as well. So this leads me to my second point, is that bad sanitary habits can lead to unsafe water. So water is a necessity and can be accessed by almost everywhere if need be. If I need water, I'll either get a water bottle right here. I can even go to my sink right now and drink water out of it, and I'd be okay. But sanitation also goes hand in hand with water and the quality of it. Around the earth, there's 2.2 billion people who require access to clean drinking water. And this is a major issue, and it's caused by us humans by not using good sanitary practices. Think about that. 2.2 billion people aren't able to have clean drinking water like we have, and that is terrible. Terrible. And for example, some examples include that lead to these unsanitary water is when factories dump out unsanitary waste into the water. You hear stories about certain factories jumping out pounds and pounds of waste into the ocean. Terrible. Or it can get into the local, because that can lead to local streams and etc. Or when people pollute in the streets, someone throws a bottle in the street, they don't think anything of it, but it could really affect the water you drink because it ultimately leads to it. And when people don't keep clean or try to, in the previous examples, the water can become contaminated and lead to many other issues. So when water becomes contaminated, it can lead to a lot of health problems and risks. So this is my third point, is that bad sanitation practices can cause health risks. So good health is something that everyone takes account for, including myself. I myself consider my health a very major priority for me. I always make sure it's okay and keep it good. And it's something that is very important and you need to manage it. But it's very hard to keep good health if you do not have the proper tools available to you. For example, if the water is contaminated in an area and people need water, they can get diseases from it. Because if water is contaminated, let's say you needed water in an area and your water is contaminated, you're going to have to drink the water regardless because you need it to survive. But drinking the water can lead to diseases such as hepatitis A, polio, or cholera. Or people can just lack basic sanitary products such as shampoo or hand sanitizer or hand soap. So according to the CDC, more than 2 billion people worldwide did not have access to basic sanitation. So that's crazy. 2 billion people don't have the proper things to clean themselves with, like soap or, like I discussed before, shampoo. And not being able to properly clean yourself up can lead to an increase in bad health. Like you go out, you touch something, or you just played a sport, or you're with a bunch of people. First thing you do is you want to wash your hands, take a shower, but people can't. And this leads to people getting sick or, getting viruses, and etc. So this must be taken care of because the chain reaction will keep going on and on if this is not stopped, and it'll keep piling up on each other. So in conclusion, I have spoken today about how bad sanitation can lead to A, pollution, B, unsafe water, and C, health risks. This issue will keep on getting worse and stacking up, and it must be dealt with. So to just consider the problems it could lead to in the future and really think about all the people that need help. That's it.